Hey YouTube, it's 2T. Channel update. It's not a Christmas special, but I think it will be a Christmas special. This is just an update.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung.
Bit of a fucking nightmare, to be honest. I'll come to that in due course. Eagle-eyed among you may spot something in the background there, and it's to do with that. What a fucking ball ache. Anyway, I'll come to that when I get to it, essentially. Bit of work for me to do, I think. Too many essentials. It's not essential. It's not essential to say essentially. Oh, 1 week, 8 days till Father Christmas rolls up. Got an itchy nose. Got some stuff. Got some really nice retro stuff. A couple of favours, again, links into what's going on in the background there. Quite a lot of Facebook purchases, and a bit of charity shop, and a bit of CX. That's it. So, first up, let's do a bit of CEX. Yes, and those that may know or may not know, CX now do Sega stuff. Currently, Mega Drive, 32X, and Mega CD. And I've got no credit, so it's no use to me at the minute. But some nice bits have appeared. Now, whether or not they're legit, etc., I don't know. It's a CEX roulette doom. But yeah, sticking with, like I say, CEX, a couple of bits. I've been after this game for a while. I've seen Alex Nintendo Arcade pick this up, and he raved about it. Someone else grabbed it. I can't think who it was. And essentially, CEX didn't carry it for a while, so it was quite a new release. So I kept looking for it, and it appeared. Obviously, appeared not in stock. I ordered it once along with this game, and then they cancelled the fucking order, so I had to pay more than I really wanted to for this game. And then it come back in stock, so I ordered it again. So I paid 2 lots of postage essentially. Probably even Stevens with CEX now in terms of shit like that. So the game that I'd ordered first, it completes all of the wrestling games on the NES. It's an okay-ish game. It's not the worst wrestling game. It's not the best one. There's WrestleMania with Hulk Hogan on it. I didn't realise that there was another version of like the WWF one. So there's this WrestleMania Challenge and Steel Cage and King of the Ring. So this is a different game. It's all right. I cleaned it up a bit. It's a bit grubby, but you know. So yeah, like I say, that's all the wrestling games on the Nintendo. So yeah, I've been looking at some of the VR stuff for the PlayStation. Someone showed a video of. Now I think it's off Battlefront on the PS4. It's just called Battlefront, isn't it? I think it's DLC, but I think it's like a Rogue One where you're in the X-Wing. That looked fucking brilliant. Really did. So I think it's part of the free DLC with Battlefront. But you use the PlayStation VR. I can't remember where I seen it. I think it was on a Facebook thread or, you know, post or something, but it looked absolutely superb. Really did. But yeah, it's a lot of money in it. That might be a next summer jobby. Get to the booters, spin some wheels, get some credit. Hopefully the price will come down by then. I've got the Move controllers. I think I've got 2 Move controllers, so I'm alright editing the camera and the actual unit itself. Anyway, I'm going completely off topic because we've got to go back to Nintendo. Not so do. So the game in question is none other than Fast Racing Neo on the Wii U. Yep, about time on the Wii, and it's only ever come out in Nintendo's Select, so you can't get like the black label version. I don't think there's much else to it other than that. Now I don't see this bit here. I'm hoping that that's just on the disc or, you know, something like that, and it's not a code. Because I ain't got that, which is a bit of a pisser. But yeah, not a great deal cheaper than you can buy it sort of new, 15 quid from CEX. Again, trade credit, so it's probably a lot less than that, but it costs about 5 if that, you know. You know how it works, you know the drill. So I've got, like I say, I've got some charity shop and some Facebook purchases and deals and gifts and stuff like that. So I'll do them all together now. Too many ums. I was going to say something else. There's something else that cropped up. I'm trying to think. Don't know. Cannot think. Right. These were from a lady who works in the charity shop, but they're her own items. So she sort of said, "Oh, my ex-partner." I didn't say ex-husband, so I don't think they're divorced yet. But you know, a bit of animosity generally there is. She said, "Oh, I've got some old stuff. I keep finding such and such stuff all over the place in different, you know, different cupboards and whatnot. I'll dig some out." So I was like, "Yeah, fine. You know, might get, you know, might earn you a few quid or something." She's not daft. Obviously, she works. She's about probably a bit younger than me. So she did her research. She wasn't in. She gave it to one of her sort of colleagues or friends, and he come down with his carry bag, and it's all priced up. Everything had been priced up against eBay, and I just died a little bit inside. And even the guy that I kind of know, even he was like, "Well, I did tell her these were quite pricey." I said, "Bloody hell, man, yeah." I said, "These are like top end eBay, like, you know." And he was like, "I don't think she's got any more if that's what you're hoping for." I said, "Well, I don't think I can't stretch these prices." He was like, "No, I wouldn't have thought you could, Stuart." And I said, "You know, what's she like? Is she moving on the price?" She said, "Well, it did turn the little letter thing." She said, like, "Make her an offer." I said, "Well, okay, well, to be honest, I'd be interested in that and that for this much." And he sort of said, "Well, I think that would be alright." And I was like, "Okay, well, if you chuck that one in, I'll give it 20 quid. And he was like, "Yeah, I think that's okay." And I was very conscious that I didn't want her to not have any money at all, because obviously she's gone to this effort, but equally I didn't want her to think that I'm paying full fucking whack retail, because it ain't going to happen. I did bump into her the day after, or 2 days after, and said, "Oh, did you get your money?" She said, "Yeah, fine." I said, "Were you happy?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, I just didn't want you to go to that effort and not have any money." She said, "Oh, you didn't have to just buy anything." I thought, well, no, but, you know, what I paid isn't a bad price. Let's put it that way. I'll get my money back and then some. And like I say, if it helps her out, it means she gets a bit of spend before Christmas. Then everyone's a winner. Chicken dinner. So what did they get me? A bit of a mixed bag, actually. I say she had some PS1 stuff in there, some GameCube. Obviously, GameCube's no good, and there wasn't anything outstanding from the Cube anyway. But Bert and Ernie, I got me Super Mario World on the SNES, which I've cleaned up and swapped the back over. Actually, I haven't swapped the back over. I'm going to swap the back over. So we've got 2 tonnage on the go, but I do have a back that I could swap over. So I shall be doing that. We've got Platinum Final Fantasy VII. Quite a good nick, actually. Usually disc 1 is completely mullered, but that is that's pretty, you know, all the shiz. I think it had the demo. Yeah, it's even got the demo Final Fantasy VIII. And then the icing on the cake is Pikachu. So 20 quid. So what I'd offered. What did I do? Oh, I said those 2 for 15, because I think she had them about 15 quid each or something stupid. I can't remember now. And I said, "Oh, if you put that one in, I'll round it off to 20." And he sort of said, "I think that'll be fine." So it ended up being fine. She was happy. I'm happy. You know, you guys ain't daft. There's a little bit more than 20 quid in there. So say it puts a bit of money in her skyrocket. Gives me some fodder or some, you know, or some sales or trades to buy some more shit that I don't need. I'm not going to play. Oh dear. Does make me laugh. And then some. This is more recent. That was about 2 weeks ago, because I hadn't done a video. I didn't do a video last week. I was waiting for some stuff to turn up. Let's say a bit of CX, some stuff that I'd ordered. This time of year, post is a bit of a bastard. And I think it depends where you send stuff from as well. You know, as in your location, the sort of originating post office. Because some stuff gets here okay, and some stuff just fucking just sits forever until such times it delivers. I'm sure our postman's only coming here every day as well, which doesn't help. Any Road, next charity shop. Say this was early in the week. One that I've always gone to, but they were never really that helpful. Now all of a sudden the woman's become really helpful, which is really strange. So there used to be a young girl there I used to speak to. I used to see at the car boots. She's into all the vintage clothing and shit like that. So yeah, a little common thing in terms of, you know, I had an eye for old stuff. She used to buy like suitcases and bags and shoes and shit like that. So she used to work at a charity shop. She used to speak to us, say, "Oh, you got to see at the boot," and yada yada. Anyway, she left. So I don't know if she said something to the other lady or what. I don't know. And the other lady was always the manager, but she's become really, really helpful. Saying just before the girl left, and obviously afterwards. And I'm not moaning, you know. I think what it was, the real catalyst is when I was I offered to buy all the broken consoles off her. So I think you remember I picked up the PS3. That basically the HDMI port was faulted, but everything else worked. And because I was giving her money for broken stuff, I think she thought, you know, he's all right, which I am all right, you know, because she was just going to skip it all. So I think off the back of that, I just built up a bit of a rapport with her, which is great. And an example being here, she sort of just sort of said, "Oh, I've got some Game Boy stuff." Brilliant. She comes out of a pile, couldn't really see a great deal. Puts it all down. There's a load of fakes, as you would imagine. So they just got us like, "No, I'm not paying." You know, in my mind, I knew she was going to bat £1 each. I thought, I'm not having that. I didn't want to obviously not buy anything. And I got to the last game, I thought, "Oh, thank God, that saved the day." So she had a load of empty sort of cases, like Game Boy and GBA cases. So I'll give her £1 for them. So basically, I think we rounded off to £5. So for £5, I got a handful of GBA cases and Game Boy ones. I've got the obligatory Tetrai. So there's a few of these ones, which are always useful. Let's say a handful of the double GBA ones. Bizarrely, Spyro Adventure Instruction Booklet. I don't know if anyone needs that. Give me a shout. I thought, well, I'll grab that anyway. Complete is a Game Boy Advance Video Cartoon Network Collection Volume 2. Ugh, Jesus Christ. That's a mouthful. And surprisingly, I mean, this is in fantastic condition. And it's a bit, you know, £10 worth there, easily. It's not a fake. Because I say there were fakes there, although there isn't much to it. But it's not fake. You can tell it's not fake. Yeah. And then the creme de la creme. Now, I got a bit excited, and then when I got back home, I looked at it a bit closer. Thought, not quite, but again, not a lot of Berts here. I think it might be more of a weird variant. Those that are more knowledgeable better advise me. This is definitely a multilingual one. I did have a quick gander on the bay, and I couldn't see any of this. I thought I'd see quite a few of them. I didn't see any. It is Super Mario Land on the Game Boy. Again, the box is in great condition. I wouldn't say it's not as nice as that one there. I mean, given it's probably like 8 years older or more. A little bit of pen on the back, but lots of birds today. I believe this is, yeah, it's English, it's Anglo-French. Anglo-Francois. So can you see? So normally you just get the Mario's back text there. You don't get anything above here. And equally, the back, again, has both languages. So that's the bit of pen that's the only fucking bugger on this one. But I mean, overall, it is in a bit of a retro David. That's quite nice, you know. Because even all the brandings in both languages. Now I couldn't see it. The cart's shite. See, the manual's UKV, and the cart The car is FAH, and I've seen these, so I've been looking for the N64 stuff. It's grubby as fuck anyway, but it's an FAH. You see that there? So I'm guessing I need to check my other one. Yeah, because even look, even on that side. So if anybody knows, if you know, just in terms of its availability, because I had a quick Google of just Google search on eBay of Super Mario Land French or France or whatever, and I didn't see, and all that kept cropping up was just the English version. So it's probably not that rare. It's probably just people don't sell them. But yeah, it's unusual to see an English and French one. It's usually French and Dutch, French and German, or what, you know, a lot of the continental languages are mixed up. It don't tend to cross over over to the UK. But anyway, yeah. So a very nice. I mean, still, I'm not getting rid of that. I did have a bit of a call a while back, sort of firing bits off of the GBA collection, but stuff like that, you know, I'll keep that for definite. I mean, for £1, fucking, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Oh, that's what I was going to say. I've now finished till January the 3rd. So I'm on holidays. I'm on holidays. I'm on my holiday bobs. Yeah, quite a nice feeling actually. It's been just 12, so it's probably been about 10 years since I've had the week off before Christmas, because I've always used my holidays, and obviously because the way work's changed now, get to work at home a bit more, so we can cover holidays between us, me and the wife. Whereas historically I've always had to use holidays to cover school holidays, but weirdly enough this year the schools have all broken up a week early. I didn't have to take the week off, but I did anyway, because I thought, fuck it, I've not had the week off before Christmas, like I say, for 10 odd years. It's the longest time. I remember at work there used to be a big sort of, not debate, but a bit of a discussion about who was finishing when during Christmas. So it's quite nice actually, just to have a nice cruise in and not have it, you know, fucking 100 miles an hour, fucking balls to the floor, lastminute.com. Hey look, we're blokes. It's always lastminute.com. Other than the women that watch, I'm sure they've got all the stuff organised already. I'm sure they have. There's one. Don't forget, there's still Saturday, Christmas Eve. Loads of time left yet. Anyway, back on topic. Back to some more shizzle. Because that's what you tuned in for. Tuned in for. Not to hear about my work-life balance. Okay. Let's go. No, we'll switch. I was going to go Sega, but we'll go Sony. Right. Off of a Facebook group. I've had to write all this down because there's a few odds and sods that have come from different places and different people. This is from the Retro Realm. So I've mentioned Galaxy Sega numerous times. Pete Love is one of the admins. I shouted out Scott Brand, who's just started YouTube. Very what's the word I'm going to look for in terms of his collection? Sega orientated, although he does have other stuff. So I was going to say, if you don't like Sega, don't tune in, but that's, you know, that'd be probably being a bit harsh. But it is mainly Sega focused, his videos at the minute, but some great stuff there. Honestly, go over, give Scott a sub. Yeah, very awesome. Very he's got an eye for different Sega items. He doesn't just sort of zone in like PAL Mega Drive, that's it, or whatever. You know, he dips across all regions, which is quite interesting. And I say, you know, it just opens your eyes, expands your horizons in terms of what is out there, etc. But weird enough, Scott is an admin on this one called Retro Realm, and that's how I found it. He just added me in. Yeah, I've mentioned, like I say, Galaxy Sega before. Great group, although not to sort of diss it too much. It's getting to a certain group which are left, which ends up being like a valuation group, and then flogging it on again 2 days later, which I left numerous groups for that reason. You know, I always sort of said when I first joined Galaxy Sega, it was more of a collector's group. But now it's getting to more, I don't know, too much of a buying and selling, if you ask me. Sorry, Pete. Sorry, Scott. I just don't, you know. There was one instance earlier in the week, and a few people moaned, and I had to agree with the lad who moaned, because I just thought it's just getting stupid. It's just getting cheap. It makes it look cheap. I think that's the word. You know, look, we all know what it's like. You want to go, how much is this worth? And it's not even their picture. And you know, they'll get people that are trying to help them out, they value it, and then 2 days later, the stuff's being fucking sold with the same photos that they bought off a local site or whatever, because they're just flipping stuff. I know that's the way the world works, and I do it a little bit, but I don't go and ask people who that I then turn around and try and sell it to more money for. It was just really, I don't think it wasn't good form. So it just cheapens it a little bit, you know. It's not hard. A lot of people, when they value stuff, I couldn't fucking tell you, you know. Hey, how much is Maryland 2? How much is Maryland worth? It's worth whatever you're willing to pay. If you want to fucking sell it, go on eBay like I would do, like anyone else would do. Look at completed listings and you get a rough idea. Yeah, to me, it's just lazy. I don't care what anybody else says. It's just looking to mug people off, personally. You know, if you're buying stuff to keep it, and I've always said this to anybody, someone says to me, "Oh, is it worth it?" It doesn't matter what its intrinsic value is. If it's worth it to you, then it's worth it. End of. Doesn't matter. You know, if I paid 15 quid for that, and someone said to me, "Oh, you know, it only goes for 10 quid," it doesn't matter to me. If I've paid £15 and I was happy with paying £15, fucking bollocks to everybody else. It's irrelevant, absolutely irrelevant. Now, if I paid £15, I was looking to sell it, and it's only worth a tenner, then you fuck yourself over because you haven't done your research. You know, and then to expect other people to do the research for you to then try and sell them at that inflated price. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I think if you're in this hobby, you're in it. You should educate yourself. Do the research, man. Rant over. I don't like ranting, but yeah, it's just lately. It's just got a bit too much like other groups that I've left because of that reason. Because you can't, you know, you can't move for fucking the bullshit that comes out of it. Essentially, I just don't want it to go that way. So again, like I say, Pete, Scott, sorry to bash it a little bit, but I don't know. It's probably need to put a bit of a handle on it. Get a bit of a handle on it and put a lid on it. Anyway, off of Retro Realm, which, like I say, is a very not too dissimilar to Galaxy Sega, although as the name suggests, it's across multiple formats, but it's not. Again, like I say, it's run by a similar group of people, and it has a very more low key than other groups may or may not have. So again, like I said, I didn't mind joining it. Got a good vibe from it, essentially. There's a chap there that's selling some stuff. Now, it's weird backstory he had. He was selling these for his cousin or brother-in-law. It's something weird like that. Some people have commented. There's a lot of. It was all PlayStation 2, but one PS1 game. Someone commented on a couple of titles. To be honest, he was way overpricing them. I had a quick look, like you do. I'd look on CEX. I look on eBay. They weren't games. These are games I already got, but I just wanted to see where he was getting his prices from, and he was more expensive. So I just chucked a couple of questions out about against two titles. I think because he got such a cold response from the other ones, it was a little bit more cagey. And I sort of said, well, look, let's put it this way: I can get this game and this game, both games for CEX for this much money. That's what they're selling for. You know. And he was amazed because one of the games that he quoted me, it was sort of like £15 cheaper than what he was asking. So I don't know where he got his prices from. Maybe they were either, you know, pulled out his ass, or maybe the price has gone down. I don't know. But this is what CEX was selling off on. I wasn't lying because you can go and check, you know. But he did me a deal. to be fair to the lad, he did me a deal. We worked out a price. What did I pay? 30 quid. It's 30 quid for, yeah, it was 30 quid for both of them. So, the one that, bloody game thing on the back here. So, the one that was the most expensive, which essentially he was asking, oh, I just seen that. I can live with that. I can live with that. I can sort that. Oh, I didn't see that before. It's only right in the corner. It's not too bad. I can live with it. 2 PS2 titles. I've been looking at this a while at CEX, and it goes for about 22 quid, I think. Now online, to buy it, it is probably about 30. Got one or two, nothing major on it. About 30 odd, if not more, pad. And it is Blood Will Tell. So what I was umming and ahhing at, because when I get home, when I leave for work it's dark, I get home it's dark, I didn't really fucking look at it, but you can just see there's a little nick just above the barcode. To be fair, it's only the barcode. So I can kind of live with that, you know, for the interim. And it has got that, well, the old game or Game Station sticker's been for a while. It's all complete. The disc's got like one or two little markings on it, and nothing's gonna stop it playing. So this is, I think this game is where, yeah, the guy loses all his limbs and they turn into swords and stuff. I'd say 20 odd quid CEX, 30 plus quid on the Flea of the Bay. And the other one that I grabbed, so I do have, now this was a variant. It's quite weird because obviously the third instalment, an official third instalment of this, has come out on the PS4, The Last Guardian. So I got me, and to be fair, for 15 quid, it's a great price. It's in pretty good nick, to be fair, as well. This variant, you know, it tends to get beaten up quite easy, and it is Ico. So this is a cardboard sleeve. I've got the DVD case version of this. I didn't have the cardboard sleeve, so the only one I'm missing out of this is she had Shadow of the Colossus, but I think Shadow of the Colossus was the cardboard version. I think he said that something was wrong with the spine and stuff, so I need Shadow of the Colossus DVD version. Spoke to Wayne Rapagar about this, so there you go, Wayne. So I picked this up 15 quid. I'm sure that his wife, not his wife, probably your wife at some point, mate, if you're lucky, Aileen, I always get the name wrong. She bought this, and I can't remember if she bought the two that I needed, which was this and Shadow of the Colossus hard case. But I think she paid like 30 quid a pop. This has got the manual and all the art cards. I say, you know, essentially with these cardboard stuff, you get the edges start, you know, getting beaten up and scuffed and stuff, but it's not too bad, you know. I mean, quite happy with that, quite happy. So again, for let's say 15 quid each, it's a pretty good price. So there's, you know, there's deals to be had. There's deals to be had there. Ico's, like I say, it's the first. I'm sure this was before Shadow Colossus, and then you've got The Last Guardian, which I am looking to get. But I say the way that PS4 titles and the pricing on PS4 titles at the minute, no doubt the arse will fall out of it. I was looking at GTA 5 and the PS4. My mate, Big Mike Houlihan, been helping me out, keeping me abreast of prices. Because yeah, I mean, it's gone down to 20 quid now. 20 quid pre-owned GTA 5. It was 38 quid 2-3 weeks ago at CEX. This is in game, by the way. Sorry. I'm right. You're right. I checked it today. CEX game 20 quid. The trouble is, I've still got complete Last of Us. I've still got The Witcher 3. I've got that many long play games. I think, well, I might just fucking wait. But before you know it, it'll be 10 quid. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm looking at, The Last Guardian. I just don't think it's got that much replayability in it. So once people get fed up, then I'll just hop on board and pick it up. yeah, so this was from a gay. He's not gay. That's not going to be the title. His name's Jay Barley from Retro Ram. So if you ever see Jay Barley selling anything, like I say, sound enough lad, both come through first class, you know, well packaged, yada yada yada, you know, no problems whatsoever. I think he was having a hard time selling stuff, bless him. So the gist of the story is of his brother-in-law or his cousin or something like that, I don't know, and all these games were at his house and he wanted a shot of them. But I've got no problems. Give me a good deal, good price, more than happy. Right, what have I got left? I've got 3 other things. Yeah. So, off all of these now are via Galaxy Sega. So this is a title that I purchased off the same guy that I got Beneath the Clouds and Pulseman, Daniel Clements. So he listed this item. God, my nose has got an itch again. I'm going to sneeze. And I think I was one of the first ones to comment. Again, you know, look, I'm no fucking expert. I can't. No one man can know everything. So I just did the usual, had a quick squiz around Tinternet. So I'll have to blow my nose before I sneeze. Excuse me. Stop it. So I had a squeeze around the internet, looked at the comparable prices, what the guy was asking for this. Sent him a reply to a comment, just double checking it hasn't got, because it's meant to come with 2 manuals. He said no, it hasn't. Thought fuck it, for what he's asking, I think it was 35 quid. I went, I'll have it. God. Subsequently, because I say, sort of messaged Daniel and we were just sort of chatting, and I was a bit cheeky. I said, look, you couldn't do 30, given that I did have to replace both cases, as I mentioned before, and reprint the cover. So look, I'll tell you what, I'll meet you halfway. We'll do well, near enough halfway, 32 quid. So I was more than happy with that. So thanks, pal. If you watch, I don't know if you watch, probably not. But I say, for what he's done me here, it's a great price. So I'm on the hunt for 2 manuals. Now, one may be easy to obtain, and t'other, there's only one other person in this country that I know of that may be able to hunt this down for me. The other one, I say, there's a few people that might be able to obtain this, so a bit of a plea, if you like. But the game in question, anyway, is Dragon Ball Z on the Mega Drive. So it is a Portuguese-only release. Still PAL. I played this last night. Now, what makes this quite unusual, and again, I can't read Portuguese, but basically it says you need the adapter. Now, this is the adapter. There are many adapters like this, but this is my adapter.
This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. My rifle is my best friend. It is my life.
You all know what film that's from. So it has to, you know, for it to be, you know, full legit and matching, it has to sort of be that type with that thing. Obviously, with the Electron, you don't need that at all. But this comes with 2 manuals. It comes with a Japanese, this is essentially a Japanese cart, hence why you need the adapter. So you get a Portuguese manual, which I think is black and white, and then you get the Japanese manual. So, any of my Japanese watchers, if you I don't know, if you can find me a Japanese manual for this, I'll be eternally grateful, and obviously, you know, pay you what is needed. And the only guy I know in Portugal is John. 1 sec to go. So John, if you can out this, even in Madeira, which is where you are, look, Eco Films, go pop and see him, John. Go and see him, have a word. John knows everybody in Portugal, in Madeira. But no, John, I don't know. It's a fucking 1,000,000 to 1 shot. But if anyone has got either the Portuguese and or the Japanese manual, hit me up, man. Because I'd love to complete that. But yeah, Daniel did me a solid on that one. It's not much of improvement on any Deep Dragon Ball Z game I've ever played. I know Shocks did the Friday Night Fight and the Saturn version. It's just fucking... I don't know. I don't know why. I'm guessing it's just the anime movie that because the games are not very good at all. Right, 2 more. That was Daniel Clements for that one. I'm going to leave that until last. I'm going to do this one. Now this essentially wasn't really a purchase. It was a massive, huge favour that this guy's done for me. Really, really appreciate it. The reason why I was so pissed off earlier is running in the background. So Stuart Marshall, off of Galaxy Sega, he does, and ordinarily he wouldn't do this, so he's made an exception just for me. So he's a top lad. He flashes, he puts on the pseudo AR on the Sega Saturn cards. So normally he would sell these, he buys them, and he obviously flashes them and he sells them as what they are, which it basically allows you to boot multi-region, backups, etc., etc. I did sort of ask, I just inquired and sort of said, look, how much is it to flash a pre-existing one? And he said, look, to be honest, Stu, we don't normally do it, but seeing as how it's you, I'll do it for you. Just send me the card, this, that, and the other. So absolute ledge. Sent him a couple of quid for a few beers, like to sort of say thanks. And he done it. He sent it back to me early in the week. And I said to him, look, I knew I wouldn't have a chance to test it until the weekend, obviously till today. Yeah, I mean that's my cart. There's nothing to see other than it's been flashed. It does work. This is where I was getting really fucking Saturn is so temperamental. Right, as you can see, he's playing. This is Blastwind. He did me an absolute belter. He chucked in a couple of backups. Blastwind being one. Chase HQ SCI, and this one I'd never heard of. Right. And it is Shinrai Jusatsushi Taramo Peru or something. I mean, I had to Google that. It's fucking rare. So that's the point of this. There's some titles that are just not obtainable. A little note for him. Enjoy these, matey, from Stuart Marshall. Some of these Saturn titles are, ridiculously expensive. I'm not doing it so I can go and fucking rip a million fucking Saturn things and say I've got a full set. But it's shit like that. Where is it? That I don't know what. I think it's something like £400 or something fucking mad, absolute madness. Also, it allows you to do the sort of fan hacks and stuff like that. There's a chap on there. I think it's Ben Boyd. Shocks. He did something for Shocks. Absolutely brilliant bespoke box art. I know he does. Some of the updates and the fan translations for some of the other Shining Force titles, and I think there's a few other RPGs that never got out here but do have fan translations. So stuff like that, that's where this pseudo really comes into its own. I have got a mod chip in a Saturn in the garage somewhere, which does exactly the same thing. Without you can just see it just there. Look. About the actual replay being in there. But again, I think it's only for a certain model 1 or 2, I can't remember now. But it's buried. And this is just a lot less intrusive. Now for the bad news. Put this in. I put in that fucking ridiculously expensive Shinrai whatever game, and it started loading. It was playing little ninja guy running across the screen. Not really much of an intro, so I thought that's not really doing much. Let's put in Blastwind. Put Blastwind in. Please insert disc. Cleaned it, cleaned the fucking lens. Please insert disc. Fucking hell. Tried all 3. Tried Shinrai again. Shinrai didn't load. It's like, what the fuck? Notice that the discs aren't even loading, the head's not even moving. I was like, please don't tell me. Got an OG Saturn disc. Whoa. Please insert disc. Fucking lasers just took a shit on me. the laser in the Saturn died. And I know obviously one of the downsides to using backups is it works the laser a little bit more. I think they have to work technically harder. So I don't know if you can see. Look, there's two Saturns. So the one below it is one that I modded. It's 60 hertz. This isn't 60 hertz, which I think there's a little bit weird sound distortion because of that. I might just swap the laser out of this one into that one because they're both. I can't remember now. I think they're model. The round buttons, I think, are model 1. I think the oval buttons are model 2. I could be wrong. It's one or two there. Luckily, I had that one to hand in one of the drawers. I didn't have to go into the garage. Otherwise, showing this off would have been fucking absolutely pointless. Yeah, here's some blank discs that I've just written on, and here's an action replay that, you know, it's not going to work, is it? It's not going to work as a thank you to Stuart. So he has got. Let me get this right. He obviously inhabits Galaxy Sega. He's got his own Facebook group, I think with Ben, called Sega Mods. I'll put all the links down below, but he's also got a proper website, and I think it's called Sega Etsy or Etsy Sega. Again, details will be down below. They do all kinds of weird shit. They do mod consoles and all that kind of stuff. All Sega stuff. Which is why you can see there's fucking borders. So ordinarily there wouldn't be borders. But my Sega took a shit. My Saturn took a shit on itself. Fucking hell. I wouldn't mind, but I don't really batter the Saturn. So even if I was planning on doing it, like I say, I think the easiest way is just to swap the laser housing out, the drive. I guess it's like a Dreamcast. A lot of Dreamcasts you'll find they'll struggle 3 discs, and you have to adjust the pots because that many people just use backup in the day. It just nuked the fucking laser. I don't know if it's a design fault. I think this might be the Mark 1 with the round buttons. I think Mark 2 is the oval. Again, I could be wrong. If I am right, it explains why it's died, because it's an old version. Hence why the laser's just gone. I ain't fucking moving. Right, last item. It is the last item. Again from Galaxy of the Sega. Now this cup, this is a bit of a pricey one actually. I sort of ummed and ahed a little bit. Upset someone, I think. On there, you're just going to upset some fucker, ain't you? You took a bit of a fucking dislike to something. Cause I was basically going to buy it no matter what. It was just working out the finer details, and he obviously didn't like the fact that it wasn't for all and sundry to see. Which I kind of get, you know. But when you talk at this price bracket, a couple of quid here or there ain't fucking that much of a big deal. So there's a chap that's selling a load of, I think he was just selling off his Saturn collection. Sort of Christmas money, whatever, I don't fucking know. Doesn't really matter, does it? And I sort of think I said to him, no, I think he was inquiring if people were interested. And I said I'd be interested in this game. So I looked through them all, and there wasn't anything other than this one that I thought, depending on what he's asking for, I'd be interested in. And he come back with a price, and I thought, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. But me being me, put a chance at it a little bit. Would you do this? Trying to haggle. What a better word. And he was fixed to his guns. Joshua Rankin, I'm sure that's his name. Again, he did say link the video. I'm not one for spunking my fucking channel all for everywhere and all these Facebook. I don't do shit like I don't go on fucking. I don't twit. I don't twat. I'm not on anything like that. I don't do stuff like that. I think if people find me, they find me because they want to find me. If that makes sense, rather than me ramming it down their throats. So I don't do any of that shit. So Josh, I'll probably send you the link, but I won't be spamming the Sega page or whatever. But no, he did me so, and do you know what? The packaging was absolutely fucking superb. Well oversized. It's come up, you know, the chap who had a bit of a wobble, because it turned out it ended up turning out that this was another copy of this was then advertised 4 or 5 days later, £10 cheaper, but someone linked the chap who had obviously had a bit of a wobble, and he said, "Oh no, that's the same out of, you know, same condition out of case as mine." So obviously what he was after was really the out of box. So it might give you an idea of the game. It's not that game. I've already got that game. I've already got Panzer Dragoon Saga. It's not that game, although of a similar ilk. Yeah, but to be honest, I was a little bit naive. A little bit, you know, I didn't really sort of think it was that big a deal, but actually it is, because this has come through, and other than a little bit of shelf wear on it, it's in fantastic condition, you know. And I like it like this because it proves it's not a copy, it's not a repo, which, you know, depending on where you sit with stuff like that, isn't always the worst thing. But when you're paying top end, not top end, but a fair old lick, you know, you want it to be right. So I had half the cost of this in PayPal, and I just stumped up the other half at my Skyrocket. I thought, fuck it. It's none other than Enemy Zero. This is going up. This is going up in value. So this is from, like I said, Joshua. I'm sure it's Joshua Rankin. It isn't. I'd say the outer box. There's a little, like, all you've got is your obligatory shelfware. You're not going to get away from that. Not with stuff like this. There's no rips where the box has been opened. So with your Panzer Dragoon, what you always get a rip down the front, because it's just shit boxing. This is a little bit thicker box, the cardboard, but still fantastic condition. Got absolutely no qualms. And I say, you got the two. One's got the manual in, one hasn't. There's not really much else to them other than that, guys. I say, I'm pretty sure Shocks will say, I only paid 30 quid for it, and I do believe you, mate. When I see this full Saturn collection, yeah, if you want to see a full Saturn collection, or completed one, Shocks' channel, he's going to do a whole run through. So if you're not subscribed, get subscribed in preparation for that. But yeah, stuff like this, these boxes, they're only going to go one way. And you know, everyone fucking, what did I see some stupid post again on fucking line. We're due for a fucking crash. Yeah, you know what? I've had £1 for every time some fucking idiot who sold their stuff 5 years ago says we're due for a crash. I'll have about 18 quid. There ain't gonna be no crash. Fucking, the NES Minis come out, the price of NES games hasn't dropped. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I'm done. Take it easy, YouTube. Many thanks, Daniel Clements, Stuart Marshall, Jay Bailey, Joshua Rankin. Take it easy, YouTube. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.